Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. What's going on, y'all? Just here for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. I ain't got too long. As I'm sure many of you can figure out, I'm at my captivity right now, also known as paid slavery. We usually give it like, I don't know, 5 to 6 minutes to see if anybody gonna come in. But we're not gonna give it that long this time, because obviously I only have a couple of minutes. Like I said, I'm at my paid slavery right now. Eating a little cracker. What y'all know about these? What y'all know about these? The Lance peanut butter and honey. Oh yeah, they're good too. I hope you brews out there are doing well. I'm just touching base with y'all. Y'all know every video I do, whether it's a video that uploads or whether it's a live, every video don't have to be a so-called lesson or reading scriptures. Even though we do a lot of that, sometimes I just come through just to holler at y'all. Y'all do know we family. Every single time you get around your family, you don't have to have a study. Sometimes you can just hang out, chop it up, like we do around here. Family, we got to search for YAHAWAH on our own. We got all kind of influences all around us ever since we've been birthed into this world. We got tons of influences pushing us and pulling us in one direction, and usually that direction is away from the Most High. We've gone so far. If you're watching this video right now, by the time you were born, obviously you're probably under 80 years old. If you're watching this video, I'm gonna assume you're under 80 years old. That means you were born into a world that was already twisted and disheveled with lies. It's no way that somebody, I don't care how old you are, if you're watching this video, that means you're on planet Earth. You've been deceived. Every one of us has. Nothing but lies out here. JR Meadows, what's good, brother? JR Meadows says baking outside early. Yes, it is. It's smoking out this joint, bro. JR Meadows says tornadoes coming. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. Hey, I know anybody that watches these videos, y'all remember about a week or two ago, I went live. I don't know if I went live or if I uploaded it. It was a spirit of moment, though. I had to break out my camera. As I was leaving my paid slavery, I got on BW, and I saw those clouds. Y'all, I ain't never seen no clouds like this in my life. I thought it was over. I'm like, oh snap. These clouds getting ready to touch down. It's going to be something bad and ugly out here. Anybody on this channel, I left those videos up on this channel. So if y'all want to go and take a look at what I saw, I recorded it. I was bracing for impact. I never seen clouds like that. I've been in the DMV my whole life. We don't get them kind of clouds around here. I never saw nothing like that. I was bracing for impact. As many of you guys out there, you should be bracing for spiritual impact right now. In case you're not aware of it, it's a lot of moving pieces going on right now. Just because you can't see it, y'all got to remember, everything is not physical. There is a such thing called the spiritual realm, the invisible world. It's very real. You around the invisible world 24 hours a day, constantly. But many of us don't have the eyes to see. You don't have spiritual eyes. Most of us only have physical eyes. When it comes to seeing things in the spirit, most of us got no clue. We lost in the sauce. And most of us are not willing to go search out Yahweh for ourselves. Most of us, you're going to listen to a Roman Catholic church, the Christian church, Messianic Hebrews, Torah only Tanakh Hebrews. I told you guys all the time, don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to me. What if I'm lying to you? Like most of your teachers and elders and mores are. What if I'm just a liar with my own agenda? Who's going to tell you, don't read this, don't read that, don't look over here, don't look over there, don't question anything, don't look up at the sun, the moon, and the stars, nothing to see here. What if I was one of them guys with my own agenda? Y'all, we got to start searching for Yahweh ourselves. And whenever we find something that doesn't line up with what we've been taught, you got to question it, okay? Question everything. Don't take nothing for face value, okay? Like I told you, I only had a few minutes on here. Getting ready to get up off of here because I'm at my paid slavery right now. But I want you guys to stop being afraid, all right? Because I know what your pastors, your mores, your elders have told you. Nothing to see here. Don't look up at the sun, the moon, the stars. That stuff don't mean nothing. Nothing to see here. People will tell you just to believe something because you read it in a book. That's how most of us fell into the JC deception. It's written in a book. Most of the Hebrews, especially the Messianics, if it's written in a book, they're just going to suck it up. They're not going to question it. And you know what? I'm not bashing them personally. I'm speaking on this because I want to wake those brothers and sisters up to let you know. Just because something is written in a book does not mean it's true. And we've already been over this. Even when it comes to the Torah and the Tanakh, yes, it's been touched. It's been heavily touched, edited. They added things in and they took things out. But most of you, you afraid to point out when you see inconsistencies, especially in the Old Testament, because your teachers, for the most part, have told you that the Torah is incorruptible. Everything in there is true. Everything in the Torah is not true. And you hearing it from me. I know other people out there know it too, but a lot of them are afraid to speak on it. I'm not afraid to speak on it. When I find lies, I'm going to call it out. I don't care who telling the lie, who wrote the lie, what book it's in. I don't care. I don't like lies. I don't like being deceived. The whole entire nation of Israel has been deceived. And if I can help one Hebrew Israelite not to believe me, because you're not supposed to believe me. I'm just a man. What you are supposed to do is go out, grab your spiritual shovel, and start digging for yourself. But it seems like nobody wants to do that these days. And when somebody does want to start digging with a spiritual shovel, you're going to have the majority of Israelites, they're going to call you evil. They're going to call you wicked. 2 days ago, I made the first video on this channel about animal sacrifice. And the day before I made that very first video, I told you guys that many of you were going to unsubscribe after that video. I told you guys that many of you could not handle what I was about to bring forth because it's shaking you up and it's causing you, even though you guys might not admit it, I know it's causing you to question what you believe because you see all the scriptures where Yahweh keeps saying he don't want animal sacrifice. He never commanded it. When he says, I spoke not to you concerning burnt offerings, nor commanded it, it means just what it said. Jeremiah 7:22 is going against half of the Torah. But because most of you are too scared to admit that, you're just going to figure out a way to justify all of the bloodthirsty verses in the Old Testament killing God's animals. Even though I pointed out how the very first response to animal sacrifice was judgment from God, God killed Abel right on the heels of his animal sacrifice. But y'all gonna tell me his sacrifice was accepted. But look, I'm not getting mad at y'all for believing that, because that's what's written in there. And many of you, you don't have the testicular fortitude to admit that the Torah has lies in it. You're scared to admit that. I don't know if you think you're going to go, God is going to punish you for admitting that. Why are you scared to admit that? You didn't put the lies in there, so why are you scared to admit it? I know some of you guys, you can tell something ain't right. You might not believe what I'm saying, which is cool, because I tell y'all all the time, don't believe me. Research for yourself. Okay? Jeremiah 7:22, Isaiah 43rd chapter, the book of Psalms. I think it's 106. God is not accepting no kind of blood sacrifice. I don't care if it's a human sacrifice, a sheep, a cow, a goat. Animal sacrifices are out, period. And I know a lot of y'all don't like that. Not my problem, though. You got a problem with what Yahawah said, not me. Why don't you guys just admit you got a problem in the Torah? But you can't admit that, so you want to attack me. Call me wicked, call me evil, and all this, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure that you guys can see, though, I don't care. I don't care what men think about me. I'm not a man pleaser. I'm out to please Yahawah. Long as Yahawah shows me favor, I'll be all right. I ain't worried about pissing nobody off. I don't care if people don't like me. Like I told y'all, in case y'all haven't noticed, I'm a nigga. I grew up my whole life with niggas not liking me. I'm not sweating that. But most of you are. You scared of what your so-called teacher going to say, even though most of your teachers are liars. Any teacher who told you that the total solar eclipse means nothing, that teacher is a liar and a false shepherd. But never mind that. Anybody who's telling you is nothing to what I'm telling you, they lying to you. Jeremiah 7:22, God said out of his own mouth, I spoke not to your forefathers concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. That means what it says. Now, instead of identifying that there's two contrasting statements in the Torah, because yes, Jeremiah 7:22 is a stark contrast to any scripture. I don't care if it's in Deuteronomy or not. I don't care if it's in Leviticus or not. Because I know the Torah's been heavily tampered with. And you guys know that too, but for some reason you're scared straight to admit it. Hopefully you'll learn. I got to get back to work, aka slavery. Hit this like button, hit the share button, Hebrew. Search for Yahawah for yourself. I'm gone.